stories was some real shit. Whatever the craziness was that went down between every member, that shit was real. I think I knew there was a great story there, and it's just a matter of knowing how to tell it. It's like a lot of people going and saying this, that, and the book is bullshit, and you know, just like talking all this stuff. Basically, people who haven't read it, who may not be putting such a great light in the book, are, you know, gone saying all this crap, you know, whatever. Yeah, he's a bull. I told people I was a Navy SEAL, and all this crap that anyone who's read any. I mean, I can show you 10 interviews that I have from magazines, you know, 15, 20 years ago, where it never was said, or, you know, the stories in the book are all true stories, and you can talk to, you know, anybody who's from Googie to my family. My brother came to the reading, you know. It's like there's no need to make stuff up. I had to cut stuff from the book, you know. There was some stuff that I just wouldn't put in there because maybe it was a little too way out there, you know. But you know, I think I knew there was a great story there, and it's just a matter of knowing how to tell it, because that's the whole thing. You could have, you know, it's knowing how to string the events together in a way that there's a narrative, and, you know, the story's told well. You know, you hook. That's what my writing teacher says. Your job is to hook the audience, hold the audience, and then pay off. That's what film's about, and that's how I approached the book, because I was writing films, and as I was telling my writing partner, utilizing the stuff that happened to me as a kid, or, you know, all this stuff, she was like, she kept just saying, you got to write this book, you know, this would make a great book. And she moved to Australia to do a theater company, and the last thing she said was, write the book, dude, because I had a month of downtime, and I just started writing, and that was it. I just never stopped. You know, I reflect, but it's not like, you know, obviously all the demons could resurface in a minute, you know, you know, but the thing that I try to do is surround myself with other positive people. You know, Prabhupada said if you're one stick, you could be snapped easily, but, you know, the Maya or the illusion, all of that nonsense is waiting for you. But if you're a bundle of sticks together, then it's very difficult to snap a bundle of sticks. So, you know, they say you could tell a person by the company they keep. So, you know, if I'm not a junkie or I'm not a thief, I'm not going to hang out with junkies and thieves. So it's like I surround myself with positive people. Excuse me. You know, people that are doing things positive. And the crows that like to collect and gather around garbage and talk nonsense and negativity, I just stay away from them, because, you know, that's their trip. It's not my trip. But that's really what keeps me focused is, and I know, you know, I always have to be doing stuff, you know, either writing film or, you know, working out or training or doing something. I just, you know, always keep myself busy. Man, there's been so much shit being talked, like, how could this dude remember all this stuff if he was a crack? Like, I did freebasing and whatever for, like, it was like, you know, 4 or 5, 6 months at tops, and it was like, you know, it was, like I said, association. You were with the wrong people. I'm not a lifelong drug addict. Like, you know, people just get on the internet and just gossip the fuck away, and I'm like, yo, if you don't know the real story, then shut the fuck up. Keep your mouth shut. Like, too many people will swear they're fucking authorities on shit, and it's like half the stuff I read out there is just, even more than half, it's like 90% of it is bullshit that people just put out there, and it's like, that's what the internet gave all these people fucking voices to, like, act like they're some kind of fucking authority, and it's like, you know, most of the time they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, so I don't pay it no mind.
That's why we're anticipating a lot of people will see this video, and how could you, you know, manipulate this, so it's a good thing.
You know, it's like I said, underline everything in my book in yellow that's bullshit, like all these fucking, well, it's one person in particular, I don't even mention his name, he keeps fucking saying all this shit. I'm like, highlight everything that's bullshit in the book and fucking send it to me, and then I'll prove to you that it's not bullshit. So just because somebody wants to say something, it doesn't make it fact. But that's the problem with the internet. I could say I have a fucking purple belt and this and that and the other fucking thing, and I can fuck everybody up, but, you know, people see that shit on the internet and they believe it. So if they want to believe it, fine, you know. I'm here. What's up? You know?
From what I heard on the audio version, it's very, very heartfelt, so I find it very hard to believe any of it would be bullshit. This just me personally.
Like, if you got to write about being fucking abused as a kid and whatever the fuck, like, you know, that's just, for a motherfucker to, like, even say that I would make something like that up, they deserve to get their fucking face fucking kicked in.
Well, plus it takes a lot of strength.
And
it takes a lot of strength.
I wasn't even gonna put it in the book and like all of that stuff, you know. It's like shit, like even like, you know, when you read the book about how all that shit came to the surface, it was years of me suppressing all of that shit that went down, even in the back of my consciousness, where I didn't even try to remember it. But as I wrote the book, the movie, and I was, you know, telling Priscilla, I just kept telling all the stories, and then it was like one night, there was like this huge turning point of just telling her everything, and that's how it came about. And, you know, talk to her. She'll fucking talk to, you know, I still, like, even my brothers, we don't talk about a lot of the really horrendous shit that happened, but that's their way of, you know, one of my brothers self-medicates and the other one just doesn't talk about it. He shuts it off. But, you know, I just chose to, you know, as my therapy, talk about it and tell my friend, you know, put it out there and say, yo, here's my experience. And there's a lot of people, man, you don't even know, I won't even tell you the fucking emails I got from people you wouldn't even believe that had similar experiences, but were like, yo, like, shit like that was done to me as a kid, and fucking, you know, talking about it helps, man. And I, you know, I just didn't want to leave that part of the story out because it was, you know, it was an intense part of the story. But you know, for somebody to fucking, you know, criticize stuff, it's just wrong, man, and it makes them look fucked up. So I don't. That's their shit to deal with, but I just stay positive. Like I said, I wrote it, I got it off my chest, and it was, you know, many years in the fucking making, and, you know.
Does it feel good to get it off your chest?
Yeah, but, you know, it definitely did at the time, and like I said, you know, I'm sitting there, and I actually, like, got to that part, and, like, just stopped typing, and was, like, sat there and just stopped writing for, like, 2 weeks, saying, like, you know, it was a huge decision to put certain things in the book. But like I said, man, you know, my writing teacher at the time, like, I had this whole thing with him, and he was like, yo, it's about what you do as a result to what happened to you as a kid, not the abuse itself. That's the story. So then I was like, well, then it has to go in, because how can I say, how can I take people to from point A to point C? I gotta talk about point B. Like, I didn't get like this, because you don't skip that shit. You know, you have to, if you're going to write a book like that, you don't cut shit out. Actually, the book was an afterthought because, like I said, I've been working on scripts. I have one out there now, we're finishing another one, but it was like, the book came as a result of writing the screenplay. Like, I had people trying to buy me out of the rights of the book for film, and I turned it down because I'm a screenplay. I write screenplays. So basically, I took one section and then, you know, used a lot of real facts, but, you know, for the film, you know, we fictionalized stuff for the film. So we changed characters, we added characters. It's film, you know, but the one thing that got her attention and everybody else was like, and people that know me, you know, it's like, Daryl just called me, has sent me an email the other day. He's like, yo, Squid, this book is fucking amazing. I remember the chain fight with the Puerto Ricans. You know, he's like, yo, I remember all those times out on the road. So the movie stuff came, or, you know, was a prerequisite to this. This came, you know, later, because then I was like, let me just put all this stuff together and write the book, you know.
So, but it is something that's in the process?
No, the film, we got one film already done. It's you know, there's a writer's strike right now, but I just finished another. It's a boxing drama. And then we just got to really Great film almost done about a religious cult. It's a comedy. So we're, you know, screenplays, that's my thing, you know. I got some other books in me too, and I have a next book coming about health and vegetarianism and training and all that stuff. I'm doing another picture book about, you know, fighters and, you know, and all kinds of stuff. So, you know.